The Summer League released their first and second team, and I'm going to name you the guys on the first team. Jalen Johnson, Davion Mitchell, Trey Murphy, Peyton Pritchard, Jalen Smith, Cam Thomas, and Obi Toppin. The second team was Cade Cunningham, Luka Garza, Jalen Green, Paul Reed, and Patrick Williams. Who do you think is most likely to break out this season or have a huge impact on their teams from the first team and the second team? And do you feel like any player was snubbed on this list?
All right, well, I'm going to start with a snub. I'm glad the dude pointed out about Chris Duarte because that's what I was going to say was my snub. I feel like, he came into the Summer League. We all knew he was NBA ready, but we didn't know he had this bit of a bag into him, this bit of the fact that he plays defense at a high level. He's a really good shooter. He's a good finisher at the basket. He can create shots for his own. He can create shots for others. So I think him going out there and showing his expanded bag, I feel like in college he was kind of limited to the system Oregon ran, and I feel like he kind of didn't show everything he wanted to show. But coming into the NBA, Summer League is a chance where rookies get to show what they have in them, and I think he was able to do that. On the first team, I think Trey Murphy, being as the situation is, I don't think Jalen Johnson's going to be able to play as much this year. I think Trey Murphy, though, he can easily slide in and be a starter, or he can, be a six-man. I think he's going to be able to show his impact early on this year because of the fact that he can shoot the ball. He can play defense at a high level from what we've seen so far. He's a pretty good ball handler, and he's tall and lengthy. He's about 6'8", so I think he's going to be able to go in there, stretch the floor. The Pelicans, they need floor spacing for Zion and Brandon Ingram. They need spacing, and I think Trey Murphy could come in and bring that spacing. On the second team, I think Jonathan Kuminga, I think what we've seen from him is the fact that he can move quick on his feet. He's a solid defender.
He made it?
On the second team.
I thought it was Cade, Luka, Jalen Green, Paul Reed, and Patrick Williams.
I was going to say, that was my snub, truthfully. Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, Kuminga didn't make it.
Yeah, Kuminga was
Hold on.
I was sitting behind Kuminga at Summer League.
How was that?
It was cool.
How was that?
Yeah.
Wow, I was looking at something completely different.
He was signing autographs.
Who was the second team again?
Cade Cunningham, Luka Garza, Jalen Green, Paul Reed, and Patrick Williams.
Wow. I have nobody on that list.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to continue with Jonathan Kuminga, though. I feel like he can contribute. Actually, I'm going to pick on the second team. I'm going to go Patrick Williams. Obviously, I'm going to be a homer. Obviously, I feel like Patrick Williams this year, walking in this year with DeMar DeRozan, who's going to be able to teach him a lot about that small forward position, being the best, if not the best, the second best defender in our starting lineup, either behind Lonzo or in front of Lonzo, being our number one guy on the perimeter to defend the wings. I feel like he's going to have to take a step forward this year, being aggressive, being more alert on defense, and being a better ball handler. And for that, I got him. Damn, Kuminga, I really thought he made the second team.
That's all right. No big deal, bro. So for my snub, I had Jonathan Kuminga. And I understand why Kuminga didn't make a first or second team. His splits weren't that good. He shot 39% from the field, 27% from three, only shot 65% from the free throw line. But this is on 17.4 points, just under 6 rebounds, averaged over a steal and a half in 5 games. This guy definitely showed more than what I was expecting, truthfully. And going into it, I thought Kuminga was a really solid player, but some of the bags that he has, he kind of looks like Paul George sometimes.
He looks exactly like him.
That quick hezzy that he had, that he just caught that dude slipping, just took it to his right hand and drove to the basket, yammed it. He looked identical to Paul George. So I think that, that was a little bit of a snub. I get it, though. The splits need to definitely come up. But now going to the first and to the second team, my guy who I think is going to break out this season, Peyton Pritchard. Now, you look in and you see Kemba Walker. He's gone. So now there leaves a bit of a vacancy at point guard. Obviously, I think Marcus Smart. Absolutely. I think Marcus Smart's going to take over that starting role. But off the bench, I think now this is Peyton Pritchard's time. We saw him show out in Summer League. Averaged over 17 points, and this is what really stuck out to me: 8.5 assists, especially when you're playing with Jason Tatum as obviously one of the best scorers in our league, arguably top 3 scorers in our league. That's not too far off to say. Jaylen, it's arguable. You could argue it. Jaylen Brown, in my eyes, one of the most underrated players in all of the NBA by far. As good as people rate him, I think he's so much better than that. And these are their 2 best scorers, and I have now seen that he has the ability to facilitate the basketball at a high level. And I saw the things that he can do. The fact that his step back 3 is as good as it is, he is that perfect off the bench role player that I feel as if you lose Kemba, it definitely hurts because he had a good gun.
Actual question.
Let's hear it.
Do you think hate how you answer me. Do you think Schroeder would stunt his growth? Or not stunt. Let me not say that. Sorry. Limit him to what he was going to show us before he got there.
The thing is, I feel as if Schroeder's obviously there because his defense is really solid. I feel as offensively, I think they need to give more opportunity to Payne Pritchard. I saw his 3-point. You don't think so?
After he got locked up by Davion.
But Davion Mitchell is an amazing defender. That's pretty unfair. That's unfair.
He's an amazing defender, but Payne Pritchard.
This is his second. He's going into his second year.
He got life in prison against Davion.
And I'm here, been on record for multiple shows now. I like Pritchard.
I just don't believe that he is anything more.
Well, they're both of them other guards coming off the bench with Neesmith.
I don't believe Pritchard is anything more than a 3-and-D point guard. I personally don't think that.
But I just think that he's going to have more opportunity. Yeah, that's a little bit rude. A little bit rude.
No, I think that is exactly the player he is.
Well, his defense. I saw him do some crazy things with that basketball.
I like Pritchard, but
and he's got some range.
Yes.
And he's quick off. He's quick off. Hold on, let me finish too.
He can occasionally make plays.
He's quick off the dribble.
I am not.
His vision is pretty solid, and it's not like you need him to be your number 1, number 2, number 3 option. If he's just one of those guys that plays a Caruso type role, but is more of a facilitator in the offense, you'll take that every single day of the week. And I do believe that he'll be a breakout player. Now, for my second team, Luka Garza. Now, this is why I feel like I lean Luka Garza because coming out of college, this guy was solid, 24 points per game, and he dropped to the second round. Now, obviously, this guy's got a lot of talent, and it was overlooked. I couldn't tell you why. Now, he goes into a really good situation in Detroit where, there's not expectations on Detroit. There's expectation on one player in Detroit, and that's obviously Cade Cunningham. And Luka's going to only benefit off Cade Cunningham being on that team because all the attention is going to be on Cade, and Cade is a facilitating forward, in my opinion. I think he's a small forward. People have him as a point guard. He's a point forward, in my opinion. He can play any position on the court. But the fact that he's going to be drawing most of the attention, Luka Garza clearly has the ability to score offensively. I think that defensively is where he needs to improve for sure, but in terms of breaking out, in terms of really making an impact on the squad, Luka Garza definitely could make some noise.
I like your 2 picks. I like Trey Murphy. I think he can make an immediate impact. Payne Pritchard, I do like it as well, even though I'm not super high on him. I think he's a solid role player. He'll play his role.
Definitely.
Especially with Dennis Schroeder having the ball. I don't think they'll ask Payne Pritchard to do too much off the bench.
Sure.
But I think my pick shouldn't be a surprise.
Cam Thomas.
It's Cam Thomas. I think Cam Thomas, not only was he the most impressive player in Summer League, getting buckets anytime he wanted, but he's going to make an impact on Brooklyn day one. He's going to get minutes. Because Dinwiddie's gone, that's why they drafted Cam Thomas, a guy who can get a bucket at any single time. I think off the bench, it's going to be Patty Mills and Cam Thomas. Those are going to be their guards off the bench. I firmly believe that. And Cam Thomas, learning under Kevin Durant, Kyrie, James Harden, what a perfect situation for him. Before the draft, I called him a top 3 scorer in this draft. Even said it's not crazy to have him over Buck Knight. I would put him over Buck Knight because Buck Knight has better handle. But in terms of getting to their spots, I think Cam Thomas does a better job at getting to his spots. He's only 19 years old. This guy is only going to keep getting better. I think Cam Thomas is going to make an immediate impact. This guy is legit. I was a fan before the draft, and I just love that all these guys I'm a fan of are proving me right. Cam Thomas, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones.
They're proving you right in the summer league?
Exactly.
Yes, so far, I'm taking my wins where I can take them. Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Cam Thomas, all of my guys, man. Those are my guys. And second-year pick, I think the second-team pick, it's Patrick Williams. I think Patrick Williams will benefit playing with DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo, and a much-improved Zach LaVine, who's coming back from the Olympics, going to be much more confident. Patrick Williams, I think, has a lot of potential to not only be one of the best defenders in this league, but I think he has a lot of potential as an offensive player. He can be what Jaylen Brown is right now. At his peak, I believe that. People say Kawhi, okay, I get it. Let's just say Jaylen Brown. Kawhi is a different species. He's not an alien. He's an alien. My snub is Chris Duarte. I think he averaged 18 points per game in the summer league, shot 49% from three, averaged 2 steals, 2 blocks. This is why the Warriors wanted him. This is why the Pelicans wanted him. This is why the Knicks wanted him, because he's NBA ready right now. The reason why I wasn't so impressed with Chris Duarte is because, come on, at 24 years old, I expect you to do this.
Yeah.
That's why if he was 19, 20, okay, this guy is legit. If it was Josh Primo doing that, wow,
He wasn't bad though.
No, Josh Primo wasn't bad. I'm not saying that at all.
Really
but
good.
if he did what Duarte did, oh my gosh, Primo, this guy is the real deal. But because Duarte is 24, I expect you to be good from day one. That's why they drafted you so high, because they expect you to be this good from day one. You're 24 years old. You're as old as some guys who have been in the league for 6 years.
Fox, right? He's
Devin Booker.
That too.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So that's why I believe that, people didn't have him on their radars as much, because we already kind of expected him to do that. But he definitely had some better numbers. He had better numbers than a lot of guys on this list. But yeah, my 2 picks are Cam Thomas, Patrick Williams. And I like Trey Murphy a lot. I think Trey Murphy with Zion, with Ingram,
Definitely.
I like the fit.
they're gonna be good, man. I think they're gonna be good.